Okay, a bit of a test with the brand new Katana Air EX. So first up, I just want to say this is not a sponsored video, but the Katana over there, over yonder, there it is, nice big boy. I did manage to get this as a bit of an artist deal from Boss. Matt was very kind. Thank you, Matt. And everyone at Boss for doing that. It was a really cool hookup. So I have paid for this, but got a bit of a discount. My opinions here are, of course, my own, and bravo for the Boss, because usually I give them a bit of a scathing. Gotta be said, I'm running out of things to scathe on with this thing. That's a good thing. Would I recommend the EX? 100% yes. I've been playing with it all morning. I switched today back to my Line 6 Variax, which has these lovely P90 pickups, and there's no digital hickory-pokery going on today. This is just plain old guitar. Just regular P90s. Currently using both of them, and they tend to reverse, so the sound is nice and lovely. So this EX, compared to, say, the smaller Katana, the difference is abyssal in the level of sound. Today I'm home with no worries about making noise, so I've been cranking this thing. I've only got it on 2 or 3. Nice and clean. I'll post this preset up later. If you crank your guitar, you can hear that. Kind of needs dialing in, but for the most part, my presets are always set up in a way that you can dial way down, have a nice clean sound, and then you can start cranking. How much you crank depends on the guitar you've got. So my presets start around 1 or 2, nice and light, and then work your way up and see how you like it and adjust to taste. That which I wanted to really concentrate on today was the new firmware, the 2.0 firmware, which has these added effects. Now, I'm going to swing this, doing my best not to give you guys a seasick type period. There's the Katana Air EX model of our app, the K-Air. You can see right there, you can now switch this thing between the old Katana, the OG Katana, where Stefan says the OR, and the brand new one. There were some slight differences between the old amp and the new amp that we had to work on. So this has been released, this is working, but we're still going through checking stuff. What's wonderful in 2.0 is this center overdrive. There's a regular overdrive, flick back, distortion, and the center. Got the pan delays going as well. Just change that. Turn off the humanizer, turn off the slow gear. Volume is really, wow. And the space that this thing gives, it's sort of like a spherical envelope. If you compare this to, say, the Waza Air, Jimi's comments were fairly accurate. It's just wow. It really is. In a room type environment, this thing will fill it. I think it would keep up with a drummer. You could easily put it back through a PA. You could use this thing as a monitor and then use the dual out and run to external gear. You know, if you have specialized delays and reverbs, and then go off to the PA. Let me stop playing. So, for overall thoughts on this thing, it's just wow. You know, if you're thinking about getting it and this is going to be your primary listening post, I would say do it. Now, there are some caveats. And this is current for now, so if you're watching this thing sometime in the future, you can ignore this. But for now, if like me, you're heavily invested in the entire Air system from Boss, the Waza Air, the Katana Air, the Katana Air EX, the jump to 2 means that with these little changes, your Airsteps may not work as intended because the device ID has changed on this thing, and that needs some minor fixes, which will probably come into play before the end of the year. This thing here. So, should you update? Should you not update? If you currently have a OG Katana and everything's working, maybe you shouldn't. If you want to update, you can with our app, no problem. That's now all fine and lovely and working. But let's talk about this center. From what I've seen, I've been building a bit of a research playlist. The center is a clone, much like this thing is. This is an exact clone of one number, I think, 2,500 and something of the clones, or 1,000. It's an exact copy, fully analog, made here in Italy. You can't even get these things anymore. The guy got it. But essentially, it's that. Not exactly. The sounds that you're hearing, turn off the delays. It's cloney enough. Of the 3 drives that came in with the thing, this is for me my absolute favorite. I would say jump to 2 if you really want that, and if you don't have Airsteps right now. Or stay tuned and wait. Wait a bit. The Airstep connection is, I think, very important. If you've got a BW or something like that, that's not going to work. They're going to have to fix that. Or if you've got the big Airstep combo, that too is going to need a minor firmware update to work with the thing. You know, maybe wait, maybe not. If you're seeing good deals for Christmas, I would get it. Personally. This is kind of weird to say. You know, usually I find some little needle in a haystack. I'm sure I'll find something, but for now, that thing fills the room. The external battery pack is a bit heavy. It's quite a bit bulkier than the Katana original, the Air. You know, I would probably keep both. If you have one, I wouldn't necessarily say sell the other. Is the Katana Air OG is a lot more handy to take around, but you might want to start modding it. This thing, worth every penny. It's just wow. And these delays. Superb. Absolutely superb. So I will get into other vids on this thing. The K-Air thing, for sure, This opens up usage of all of the effects all on one page. Allows you to connect any kind of MIDI controller, so even something like that. Foot controllers, screen controllers, an HX stomp, la-di-da. Anything like that can send CCs in here, and that will convert it into the SysX, which will work with the amp over there in the corner, which is beyond fabulous. It takes what some would say is a practice tool and turns it into a full monitor, which you could use anywhere. Take it with you. It becomes an integrated part of a much bigger system. So if you have your own pedals, etc., big pedal boards, modelers, anything like that, you add the K-Air to it. It will stitch everything together nicely, present everything on one big full screen, which is awesome. Spin it any way you want, and it will adjust and adapt. Really, 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 really cool. So I'm jazzed about it. 2 thumbs up, boss. What can I say? The thing is lovely. Just lovely.